Hey, people injured here, 2v2, Medean Jungle Mines blue team. We've got Kain playing a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on very good offense and disruption. Fights melee in melee combats on Black Legion here alongside Hiveminion is a Techmarine, starts off range combat, can get a melee weapon, some very good damage output, can also support with structures and repair. Red team, SuperHooper is a Lord General, fights range combat, some very good defense and support abilities, and has a retinue to help him out, which can add to throughout the game, giving him more and more abilities. And round of the teams is DJ Raffa as an Eldar Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat, lots of great buffs with some debuffs and control abilities too. I guess this is Ulthway. Tapping up mid, and we might see Hiveminion push this natural power early on, which is often what I do on this map if I start up there. And yeah, it looks like that's what he's going to do. So Kain is going to be alone mid. He's going to need to be careful moving in his Chaos Lord here. I think he's moving in too early. He wants his heretics right in behind his Chaos Lord. So then the red player needs to make a decision whether to shoot down the Chaos Lord or the heretics. Usually the heretics, you run in, get your Doom Blast, and then the Chaos Lord is right there. But as it stands, as you can see, Chaos Lord was running in alone, gets forced off, and now the heretics easily forced off. And he's achieved very little and lost 4 heretics. Chaos Space Marine is now forcing melee combat. Should have done that immediately instead of trying to cap that Rick point. And they should get away without a model loss unless he's a little unlucky. He's cutting it pretty fine though. Luckily for him, none of these Dire Avenger squads have the aspect to throw a grenade. Double Dire Avenger straight into a Shuriken for Raffa. What is this? Farseer being annoying and coming to decap this very, very natural wreck point. Really good start for red team in general. And Hiveminion does not finish the... oh, he did, it's been repurchased. Didn't decap though. And triple guardsman into a heavy weapons squad for SuperHooper, and straight into Havocs for Kain after his initial CSM squad. Under some Corn worship there, Farseer gets caught, but she did finish the decap. And that's good play in general. Hiveminion, what has he purchased? Oh, he's got a mastercrafted bolter up. Pretty expensive weapon. Has that suppression on demand from range though. High powered shots. There's a fair chunk of damage too. Why is it that he's purchased that though? Is he expecting banshees? Does he mistakenly think there are banshees? Usually get it to slow down a dangerous early melee squad and try and control them, but we don't see that on the red team whatsoever. So a bit of an odd choice there. His first power purchased, and a hefty one. I think that thing's 25 power or 30 power. Chaos Lord backing away, taking shots, all that piercing damage from these Shuriken catapults. We'll see how that mastercrafted bolter fares. It does do more damage than his default bolt, not a huge amount, but more damage. Takes out a Dire Avenger model and forces them off. Here comes one of the Shurikens. He's actually got 2 of them. One of them's back at base. They forced it off already. Catachun's on the way for SuperHooper, and double Havocs for Kain. Is Raffa gonna get Rangers out after the double Shuriken tier 1? Chaos Lord taking a ton of damage here. It's gonna go down if he's not careful. Kain, that's poor play. He's gonna go down yet. Should be able to be revived immediately though by the Techmarine, which should level him. That's not too bad. Triple guardsman running into a Havoc, not good for them. And heavy weapon squad slowing down his heretics. Chaos Lord though pretty good at dealing with setup teams by himself, using his Dark Halo and Corn worship. Well, not completely by himself I suppose. Needs that Corn worship to really help him getting in without taking too much damage off his shield. Catachun's chasing down Havocs who are trying to cap there, got caught, and Assault Marines jumping in, and then a secondary leap after the second Shuriken. Really nice play. We're a bit too close together there, the 2 Shurikens. Catachun's perhaps saving that Shuriken there. Raffa in appreciation. Grenade is easily dodged by the Catachuns. Scouts with shotguns then, and their sergeant makes them a detector and gives them a frag grenade. Catachun's also a detector unit. Pretty standard opening then. Lots of setup teams. Who's going to deal with them better? Are we going to see Rangers? Are we going to see Raptors from Kain? Or is he going to try and rely on his Chaos Lord? It's going to be very, very tricky though, because there's going to be a lot of range damage pouring onto him as he tries to run down one of those setup teams in mid. Maybe they should try and split Hiveminion goes after the generators and then flies into the Shuriken. Is still in all sorts of trouble here, Raffa. Can he finish it off? Nope, he's backing away from the second Shuriken and does in fact retreat. What's going on top? Scouts having a look, but there's double Dire Avengers waiting for them. That's Guide on one of the squads and they're going to get grenaded in retreats. They'll try and finish off that last model. That was really hard to dodge because it's a big open area there and it's hard to fathom out exactly where they're going to run. Chaos Lord, Dark Halo is up, also has the awesome Combi Flamer. Double cap for red, and there is Immolate. That's doing some very nasty things with that Havoc support suppression into that Immolate. Ouch. Catachin's of course getting away without a model loss, and he didn't lose a lot of much. He actually lost a few guardsmen, 4 guardsmen, but who cares about that? Heavy Weapon Squad is covering this approach to the VP and the natural power down here. 342 500. I've not seen Kain come down here whatsoever. Oh, we have Heretics with grenade launchers and Aspiring Champion on the way, and they're going to get shot down or forced in melee combat and forced off. Havoc's a little bit static here. It's not easy to cover this central area with just one setup team. Down goes the Chaos Lord again. 335 500. And power harass from Hiveminion. Does he have a flamer on the way? He does not. So he's going to rely on shotguns and bolter to deal with these gens. Shuriken not being used to defend. It's going mid. It's going to get caught. Down goes one of the setup teams. Raffa not paying attention enough. Tier 2 for SuperHooper. Raffa is already in Tier 2. And this could be nasty. It's not far off getting a Wraith Lord up. Double Assault Marines for Hiveminion. That's very, very unusual to see alongside a Techmarine. Sometimes you'll see it alongside a Apothecary. Very occasionally alongside a Force Commander, but the Techmarine in general doesn't have a whole lot of synergy with Assault Marines. He does have a bit more in Elite because he can get his Power Axe and go in alongside his Assault Marines, and they can jump for the disruption, and he can disrupt again with Bionics, and he can do that kind of stuff. Very, very brave guardsman forcing melee on a heavy bolter Havoc squad is those Heretics. There's a disruptive grenade barrage, and red team are capping mid for the 2-1. 335 478 are going to be able to finish the cap though. Lord General now taking damage. He will always die last among his retinue members, which makes him generally pretty durable. As you can see, he has his sergeant slash medical officer type guy there who gives out medical packs, and he has stabilizers. Heal over time is pretty cool. Has some amazing buffs to Lord General. Area of effect buffs as well. Here is the Wraith Lord as expected from Raffa. A Walker for Eldar can get a shoulder mounted weapon which retains all of its melee prowess. That massive Ghostglaive sword, splash damage and melee resistance of course. Farseer puts Guide on herself, but she's going to run into the heavy bolter. There we go. 335 478 1-to-1 cap. It's the north that is uncapped. Being taken though by Raffa. They've been just way better with their movement, red team. Blue team seem to be obsessed with mid, only occasionally pushing the flanks, especially Kain. He has not come south whatsoever, and they've lost their natural wreck point here. Blue team is not looking good for them. Double Assault Marines. Is he really going to jump in to a Wraith Lord there? Oh, we do have the Techmarine though, who can be amazing versus vehicles, and he's got Melter Gun and Signum, and there's double Melter Bombs on the Wraith Lord. Now the Assault Marines are suppressed. They need to jump the Shuriken. There we go. And there's marked target on the Wraith Lord even. He's actually shooting down Dar Avenger models there, I think. There's that Melter Gun now onto the Wraith Lord, but the marked target has wore off, and now he's in melee combat. This Wraith Lord is still in trouble. Tactical Marines can pop up with a missile launcher at any time. Now it's going in amongst the double Assault Marines. All that melee damage and piercing damage is going to take a while to wear down this Wraith Lord with its vehicle armor. Is it time to back off this Wraith Lord? Oh, there's another Melter Bomb. Maybe he was expecting that and just wanted to get as much damage in as he could. The Wraith Lord with 3 hit points, 2 hit points, 1, and he loses it. Levels up the Tactical Marines. That was bad. Raffa now looking pretty thin. Just double Dire Avengers and a Shuriken against double Assault Marines. That is painful. Does he get Banshees? Does he go for it? Support them with Spirit Stones and stuff maybe. Farseer is going for Gravity Blade, good choice against those double Assault Marines. Really good counter initiation here. 30 power for that thing. Manticore Strike coming in. Ouch! Wipes out the Havoc with a single missile. They were already quite low on hit points, but that was nuts. 287, 465. Auto Cannon is up for SuperHooper. Good damage to all targets, small area of effect, and pretty nasty. Dreadnought is having to back away. I think it's going to be a good day for walkers. Raffa has some kind of idea. Guardsmen, up to 9 models of Sergeant and Plasma Guns. In fact, all 3 squads have Plasma Guns, so these CSM need to be careful. Might get a grenade in the face as well. No, they are forced off. Gravity Blade is up. It's a regular melee weapon, not power melee, but does that have the awesome levitation field. Assault Marines being aggressive here. Right Lance is purchased, but not in time to put pressure on the Chaos Dreadnought with the Assault Marines jumping in. Another jump as well. The Assault Marines could be very good for blue team. What are these guys up to? Standing still now. 269, 460. Taking tons of damage from Plasma Guns, but they do get away without a model loss. Manticore Strike on mid. Scouts retreated just in time. Looks like killed one of the Assault Marines there. I think the Sergeant, in fact, yes. Tier 3 for Raffa is going straight to Tier 3. That was his plan, I suppose. Blue team need to capitalize on this, but SuperHooper is holding up very well despite Raffa's losses and relative thin on the ground. As fully upgraded Dire Avengers has a guarding weapon team with a Bright Lance now. Tactical Marines forced off. 266, 458. How long can SuperHooper hold back blue team while Raffa gets to Tier 3 and gets something nasty out? I'm gonna assume, is he gonna go for a Fire Prism though with double Melter Bombs to jump in? Go straight for Seer Council perhaps. 266, 447. Level 2 Farseer. Catechins taking a natural victory point back. Oh, look at this. Lord General has his sniper rifle. Not an awesome weapon in and of itself, but that buff, as usual with the Lord General. Look at the buff. Fire on my target is amazing. Chaos Lord puts up his shield, runs into the... what's he up to? Stood still again. The other autocannon trying to set up, but does get caught. 257, 444, power harass from hiveminion, starting to put the pressure on now with his double Assault Marines. Not a lot Raffa can do until he gets his Tier 3 thing. Looks like it's not Seer Council then. I thought it was for sure going for Seer Council. He's going straight for the Avatar. Double melters on the Manticore, down it goes. 256, 444. So it's starting to look decent for blue team. He is going for Seer Council, just slightly late in purchasing them. Deciding not to get them from his global bar. I think he needs 300 red for that, which would explain why. Maybe he was trying to wait for that 300 red instead of getting them from his HQ. There's fire on my target on all of these guardsmen and those catechins, improving their range. Look at the range of these shotgun catechins now. Wow, heretics almost wiped. 256, 440. Seer Council 3/4 of the way done. Power melee squad that are going to cause a lot of problems for those double Assault Marines because they're reasonably tough. They're not super tough, but they have 2,500 hit points, 500 per model, which is pretty good. They also have that passive area of effect buff, which is a suppression resistance, and I think energy regeneration, maybe even something else as well. 256, 430. Plus capping top. It's Dire Avengers to get jump though. Really wanted to stop that cap using one of his jumps on a lowly Dire Avenger squad. Can he wipe them out? Get away with just a single model. Does he jump after it? He does not. 256, 421. Havoc's trying to cap, but they're going to get whacked out by range fire. Yes, they are. They do finish the cap, but that was not worth it. Bloodletters on the field for Kain. And here's that Seer Council alongside the Farseer. You can buff them with Guide. And she has Armored Assyrian. No sign of the Spirit Stones. We might see that to further support these Seer Council. And if these guys start leveling up, they get pretty close, I think, to 4,000 hit points. They get 3,780 or something like that. 256, 381. Power bash from SuperHooper. Mark target on the Seer Council now, and that is really going to help deal with them. As you can see, shotguns as well. Ouch. So he's going to need that Spirit Stones to Farseer. What is this? 256, 372. What the heck? Might have been a misclick. Might have wanted to use fleet instead of that, and goes down for her trouble. Blue team now in the ascendancy. Raffa not quite having the impact he would have liked with that Seer Council, and the Farseer is now down. It's not going to be easy to revive her there, and that's going to be a massive blow not having her to support those Seer Council. 256, 378. Hiveminion talking about perhaps dropping a Venerable Dreadnought, which would be awesome. Needs 100 power, right? Or is it 50 power and 600 a wreck? I can't even remember. South now is Kain. There is another Manticore there. Could run the Dreadnought in and try and take it out with that autocannon. 256, 356, and a 2-1 for blue team. They're playing a lot better now in general. Hiveminion's been done well. He's been reasonably cautious, but he's kept his Assault Marines alive. I guess with the lack of Banshees, that was made a lot easier for him. See, Council coming out of base. We do have a D cannon. Is that the best choice with double Assault Marines to jump all over your stuff? We will see, I suppose. What else could he get? A Fire Prism is risky, I think. If these guys both jump and get their Melter Bomb on rear armor, it's basically dead. 256, 316. Warp Spiders, I think, will be pretty good for DJ Raffa if he can micro them well, teleporting away from those Assault Marines, piling on some piercing damage, and also gives you Haywires to try and combat any vehicles that hit the field. Tier 3 for everyone. SuperHooper, the last player to go. Big infantry army here from him, as those double autocannons, which are incredibly nasty. 256, 289. Lord General trying to cap under suppression. He's going to Manticore strike the turret, is he? It's not going to work. Manticores, as you can see, do very, very little damage to turrets. Otherwise, they'd be a very, very easy to use and strong counter for them. 256, 287. Farseer gets away. Drop pod delivered this Venerable Dreadnought for Hiveminion, a unique walker to the Techmarine, and that's going to cause insane amounts of trouble for this Seer Council. Raffa just couldn't quite get them on the field quickly enough, because now this Dreadnought is a massive, massive deal. With melee resistance, it's going to tear apart those Seer Council. 256, 287 with a 1-to-1 cap. Down goes the turret, flanked by the triple guardsman there, and down it goes. Blue team now coming mid. Some Khorne worship for this Dreadnought. Maybe you should get this Mark of Khorne for this thing. More Bloodletters for Kain. Done reasonably well for him so far. Where's his current squad? Here they are, flanking the D cannon with double Bloodletters and double Assault Marines. Those setup teams are going to have a really rough time, I think. Venerable Dreadnought going ballistic in amongst guardsmen with that inspiration, I should say, on kill. Look at this. Lord General now with the Commissar retinue member, which gives a damage buff to the retinue, I believe, and gives you that big refractor field you just shot. 236, 287. So Council are back out on the field, running after tactical Marines here. Gonna run up and decap that VP, I suppose. Maybe try and bash power a little bit, maybe even deep cap, because that's not noted. Venerable Dreadnought now being repaired. Techmarine can repair remotely with his Blessing of the Omnissiah Global, which repairs all allied vehicles on the map, but it's going to be useful for these two Dreadnoughts. It's time for red team to try and get some tanks on the field, I think, to shoot these dreadnoughts down. SuperHooper, I'm looking at you. Some Lehman Russes maybe. He can drop one, of course, the Lord General. He might just be saving for a Bane Blade here. Gonna have a nuke relatively soon. 236, 265. Big engagement, top bloodletters teleporting into these double setup teams. And lots of pressure on that D cannon. And there's a dreadnought to help out. Seer Council turning to engage the bloodletters, and we do see the Spirit Stones up for the Farseer, but does not like that engagement. Don't blame him. Lots of stuff moving in on him in there, but they don't push to the power because there is no power. That's why. Lord General again capping mid. 5-man retinue, well 4-man retinue, and the Lord General. 2 stormtroopers, the medical sergeant and the commissar. Can also get a Vox operator which can call in reinforcements. 230, 257. There's that fire on my target again, buffing the range of this autocannon. Right lance setting up, but gets jumped immediately. 223, 257. DJ Raffa floating tons of resources, obviously saving for an avatar. 5 dragons might have done quite well for him with hit and run against these walkers. It's tricky though because they can get jumped, of course. Warp spiders perhaps were the choice. What is the Submarines jumping to? They thought the Manticore was there maybe? No, it's all the way back at base. 223, 246. Double cap for blue team now. They've been steadily doing very well here. Supporting the flanks. Kain now doing a lot more to pressure the south in general. Bloodletter's capping. He's now going to double back and try and cap that fully matured rep point as well. 223, 222, triple cap for the blue team. Here comes Eldar out of a web breakout. You might see a bunch of these things. Oh, he's going to decap as well. They still didn't know this thing. How much red does he have? A reasonable amount. He could drop a bunch of webways here and be really annoying on both flanks. Avatar is on the way though. Devastator's on the field for hiveminion with a heavy bolter, which is the default weapon, suppressing infantry. I've not seen Seer Council do a whole lot in combat, and the Devastator's covering this. Farseer can still attack inside her own time field, as can her own units, and I think allied units as well. Seems to be, sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. It's a bit weird. Venerable Dreadnought catching Seer Council. Ouch, in retreat with marked target up on them. 219, 174. Chaos Terminators on the field for Kain. Gonna try and cap this VP. Catachans running the hell away. There we go. You see that demoralization on kill. 211, 174. Avatar of Kain is standing mid. Super unit for Eldar. Has some awesome abilities and a passive area of effect buff to surrounding allies as well. And now he's seen it for sure. Melter bombs can be thrown on the Avatar, which will slow it down. Smack. Avatar set to get a damage buff on his massive Wailing Doom sword thing. Chaos Sword is down. 210, 149, triple cap still for blue team. Red team can't get their house in order and cap their natural here. Auto cannon terminators taking tons of damage from these plasma guns though. Bloodletters teleporting in. Double bloodletters teleporting in. Terminators tanking damage long enough for these guys to appear. And they're demoralizing this stuff like crazy. That debuff does stack up. Bloodletters now focusing the fire of the guardsmen. And Terminators have used their teleport. That might have been a little bit risky because there's a Manticore right there. Manticore strikes are painful for Terminators. But he does force everything off apart from the Catachans. Can the Catachans cap under fire? They are level 2. There's their smoke grenade. They're going to try, but I don't think it's going to work out for them. 210, 101's going on mid. There's the Gravity Blade. Only picked up a single assault move for some reason, and he gets back up again. Avatar fighting the Venerable Dreadnought, and that's not a great fight for the Avatar because the Venerable now has that melee resistance aura, of course. He'll take it down obviously because he has loads more health. But he's not doing full damage to the Venerable since it's a vehicle, and the Venerable is doing full damage to the Avatar, and the Avatar's going to go down. Plasma Gun Techmarine with marked target helps wipe it out, and that's a good rocket run as well. Almost wipes the CSM level 2 and they get away. Wow, Avatar did not think it was going to go down there, but that marked target and Plasma Gun Techmarine really made a difference. And you see the power of late game melee walkers against those super units, which is perhaps why the Avatar and the Great Unclean One are set to get buffs to their weapons. They can struggle because they're hitting on vehicle armor, and the walkers are hitting back against super heavy infantry armor, which is not a favorable armor damage mix for them. 210, 51, no cap gain. Heretics moving mid. These gates could be really important. This one's been spotted though, obviously. Venerable is level 2, 1925 hit points. This guy is dangerous. Weber Gate is not being taken down. Single cap for red. They're certainly not out of this because here's a Baneblade from SuperHooper. I don't think he's lost a squad yet either. 194, 51. Firing my target on all of his infantry, but he retreats out. Baneblade needs to be careful, doesn't want to show rear armor like this. Trying to face his triple twin-link heavy bolters to those bloodletters, I think, because those things really pack a punch now since they were recently buffed. There's the Demolisher Cannon on retreat. Good grief, killed at least 2 of the bloodletters there, I think. Venerable Dreadnought being repaired by scouts, and the Techmarine will take a little while though. Power completely demolished there, but they do have triple gens up. 178, 51. Fire Prism it is from Raffa. He's going for it. We'll see if he can protect the Fire Prism from the Assault Marines. Level 3 and level 3. Maybe keep his Farseer back and try and time this levitation field for when they jump in and try and melt a bomb its rear armor. 164, 51. Baneblade sitting pretty mid, no sign of a repair bunker though. Fire Prism gonna back up that Baneblade, and he can protect with the time field. Uh-oh, Hiveminion is flanking. Venerable should be able to get shot down by that Baneblade though. Those 2 last cannons, that big ass cannon on top, and the Demolisher as well. That was one volley, look at the damage it did. Demolisher as well, and there's Armory Assyrian. Venerable now going in on it, and here is Kain to support. It's going to be an incredibly important engagement, you feel. Fire Prism is there. What is he targeting with it though? Is he targeting the Venerable? He's not shooting. Manticore is waiting, being tracked down by the bloodletters. Looks like well, he can't really target what you want with the vehicle while it's moving, which is annoying. Look at the damage this Fire Prism has taken already. Bloodletters pushing into base. They can't be suppressed by those base turrets, of course, but they are forced off. Now the Baneblade being chased. 92-51, triple cap for red. Bloodletters wiped out by the Manticore. Kain has lost a lot of stuff, in fact. Wow, Baneblade is tanking like crazy. Venerable has come too far though, it's going to go down. Yeah, there is Stoicism. Can he wipe out the Fire Prism with that Stoicism buff up? Smack, he can. Venerable did really well, but they have the 2-to-1 cap, and Kain says GG because he lost a lot of stuff, and his Terminators are being chased by a Seer Council, and down they go, and that is GG. Blue team are not coming back from this, I don't think. Unless the red team are incredibly sloppy and don't watch their VPs. That Web Brigade is still up there. Honestly, put another one. A shame. Venerable Dreadnought did really well. Smacked the Baneblade around a lot and took down the Fire Prism. Kain just a bit too over eager and pushed both of his bloodletters into huge amounts of trouble. Did get one of them out, but the Seer Council spotted those Terminators and ran them down. 34-51. Time field shutting down these Devastators. Seer Council coming good in the end. Got to level 3, 3,300 hit points. Smacking around assault marines in retreat there, and there's Let the Galaxy Burn from the Chaos Lord. Level 3. Baneblade trying to come mid and have an impact. Looks like he's happy to sit there and shoot the crap out of the Chaos Lord, and there's GG from hiveminion. Kain lost absolutely everything. Didn't even need sneaky webways. Oh, he does have one over here though. 25-51. Looks like they're going to let the counter run down. Can they take the Chaos Lord out as well? There's the leap, and that leap does do damage, and they do take him down. And a Eldritch Storm on the base for good measure. Triple cap. Kain wiped out. And red team are going to take this. There he is. hiveminion with his double assault marines, who did really well for him. Raffa got tier 3 fast, didn't get his Seer Council out as soon as he would have liked, I think. Oh, we do have level 4 Seer Council get just over 3,800 hit points. Well, or talk late game. Fire Prison didn't last very long, but I think it was that Baneblade that made a difference, as it often does. Just soaked up so much damage. Blue team pushed very hard to take it down, but just got owned while doing so. Absolutely owned, especially Kain, who lost his Terminators, and that was a massive loss. Chaos Lord level 3, Techmarine level 6, did well, had all 3 of his ranged weapons. Level 7 Lord General, SuperHooper playing very well, didn't lose a single, oh he did lose a guards when he did. And Farseer level 9 with those Spirit Stones, Armory Assyrian and Gravity Blade. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.